All right, welcome back. So, as the title of the video, the best chrome paint. What is the best chrome paint? And I know there's a lot of reviews online about chrome paint, but they come as they get them. So I kind of did my research and wanted to take what I thought was the best that I saw and actually test it myself, right? This is just for an average person. I'm not sponsored by any of these. And if you notice, I have the Spastic, but I do not have the Molotov. In my research, I've seen that, and what I come to under impression is Molotov and Spastic's Mirachrome are essentially the same exact thing. They lay down the same, they react the same, even durability is the same. If you have a difference of opinion with the Molotov, then please put it down in the comment below. But from what I've researched, it's basically the same product. And speaking of the same product, we have Green Stuff World. This is the brush-on version, and this is the airbrush. What we're gonna do is not only compare these two to see if the airbrush is just as shiny as the chrome metal or vice versa, and we're also gonna water this down and spray this through the airbrush as well to see if it's as shiny as the brush-on. And you've probably seen this Fusion Firm right here. Now this is not chrome, this is silver, it says, but it does look like chrome from what I saw, so we're going to be spraying this through the airbrush. And then Fusion Firm came out with a liquid chrome specifically for the airbrush, and we're going to test this to compare it to the original. And of course we have the Revell. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this. If you haven't, this is the chrome spray, and we're going to see how this does compared to the rest. And I will be testing them all on a black gloss backer. I have printed several heads right here, and this is what we will be using to test the chrome. All right, we will be starting off with the Green Stuff World Metal Chrome. Just going to be brushing this on. It seems pretty thin, so I don't even know if I have to thin this out, but I think you have to put this on pretty liberal. So let's just slap this on and see what happens. And I suspect there's going to be plenty of brush lines. Yeah, I could feel that it's already getting dry. All right, so that's how that looks so far. So we're gonna have to let this dry. See all those brush strokes right there? But the chrome parts in between look all right, but let's keep going. All right, at the airbrush booth, and we're taking the same chrome paint, brush on, and we're just gonna shoot it through the airbrush. I got this at 20 PSI. Coming out okay. Alright, so I'm not getting the chrome effect. I'm getting some kind of silver. So I'm just going to slap this on now and see if it gives me anything. Put it down kind of heavy. So I ran out, but I think that's as it's going to get. Let me put some more in. I'm just slapping this on too. All right. Got a little bit of reflection there, a little bit of that overspray right there. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. It definitely looks better than the brush on with the brush strokes on there. Let's keep testing more. All right, next going to be Spastic Mirror Chrome, which I believe, from what I've looked online, is the same as Molotov. So same thing, 20 psi. And what I've read is the trick is, once it looks like chrome, stop. Let's see if I'm able to pull that off. No. See all that right there? That is what I was getting. This looks like a nice silver, definitely not a chrome. And if we want, I could slap this on one side just to see if it makes any difference. I'll slap it on one side of his face. How about that? Yep, it just gets worse. It's like a frosting. You see that? Yeah, it just gets worse. Let's continue on. Alright, next up is this silver right here by Fusion Firm. This one, I think you didn't have to put a base coat, but we're just doing it all the same. And look already, and there it looks like chrome or something. Same thing, we're gonna just 20 psi. I'm not getting the effect I'm looking for, so it's time to slap this on. See what I get from slapping it on. Very forgiving, this right here. Very forgiving. Overspray and anything like that. And we're going to take a look at these over at the bench. Pretty good though. I like that. Alright, let's keep moving on. Alright, the next one is Fusion Firm Liquid Chrome. Specifically chrome and specifically made for the airbrush. Let's take a look. Same thing, 20 psi. And let's slap it on like we did the other one to see if that gives us a better effect, and it looks like it is. Same thing, very forgiving. Like the silver foil, very forgiving with the overspray. Not pulling on the model either. There's a reflection there. Looks good. All right, let's move on. All right, next is the Revell Chrome Spray. Has a nice nozzle on there. Let's just see. Very nice coverage. Also forgiving on the overspray. I think a lot does come out, so there is a little bit of pulling, I think, in some areas, but let's see how it self-levels. Alright, next up is the Green Stuff World Chrome Metal Airbrush. specifically for airbrush. Spraying this also at 20 psi. So far so good. What I'm going to do is slap this on. Just want to see how shiny we can get this right here. Not as reflective, I don't think. Alright, let's go back and look at them all. Alright, we're back. I did not let these dry like 3 days or anything like that. Look, you see my reflection in some of them. So, spastic right here. See, this is the worst one. Just looks like silver. Not even a really nice silver either. And it may be my technique. Maybe that's the reason why some of these two, but that's why I wanted to show it for the average user who just doesn't want to have to really. Here is the fluid silver foil. Like, stick to something really, really strict. You just want to slap some paint on, make it look like chrome. That's what I'm doing, and these are the results I'm getting. Here's the Fusion Firm Silver Chrome. Really good reflection right here. Don't worry about the junk on there. That's just my prep work. And all right, the next one is the Fusion Firm Liquid Chrome. And let's compare these two since they're from the same vendor. Oops. I'm thinking the liquid chrome looks a little bit better. Slightly, just a slight edge. What do you guys think? I think so. So far, Fusion Firm Liquid Chrome looks the best. Here is the Green Stuff World Chrome Metal Airbrush. And this does not look like chrome. Looks like a nice silver. Definitely better than the Spastic, but not the look I'm going for. Now, here is the same Green Stuff World Metal Chrome. This is the non-airbrush, and this is thin enough already. I just put this straight into my airbrush and sprayed it, and this is the result I got. It's not bad, but you can see there's a little haziness there. Not as reflective. Reflective in some spots and some lights, but I think if you were to brush this on a small piece, it would look okay, but not large pieces where you might have some overspray. So just taking a look at the airbrush version and the brush-on version on the right. So the brush-on version definitely looks better, but not perfect. And I really slapped that on too. And then we have the Revell Chrome Spray, whatever. Missing an E there. And this turned out really nice as well. Very reflective. Super reflective, I think. You can see my shirt there. And let me look and see what I thought was the next best. It was this Fusion Chrome airbrush. And let's just compare the two. And again, don't worry about the junk, the prep work. Just worry about the chrome. I know it's kind of hard. I mean, these are very similar. Very, very similar. I don't know who the clear winner is here. if I had to be nitpicky about it, I guess I would say the Revell Chrome Spray. Now keep in mind, that's like 30-something dollars. And I think the airbrush version fume is only like 18 bucks, and it looks just as good. Like I said, I think the Revell might just have a little bit, just barely an edge on it, but you guys decide. What do you guys think? I think this one right here. So I think if you want the best right here, I'm thinking this is it. This is it right here. This is the best, and it's good for big areas, right? Because it's a spray can. Now, this is also good for big areas, but also price point wise, this is a better value. So I think this is just as good as Revell. I think Revell has a little bit of an edge, but as far as the way it looks good. If you wanted the third best, I guess it would be the silver foil. The Fusion Firm Fluid Silver foil right here would be the next, I guess, third place right there. Like, it just, like, you can see the difference. I mean, it's not that far off. But as you can see on the scalp right there, like the reflectiveness, this one is just more reflective. It's just more reflective. You see? So, definitely Spastic was the worst. So, maybe I applied it wrong, but I've had that bottle for a little bit. Maybe there's an expiration date on here. I've had it for at least a year. But I'm not too impressed with Spastics. I didn't try off Molotov because I don't think I need to now. I think, like I said, I think these two products right here are what you will need. Okay, if you want a really good, easy, forgiving chrome spray, I think these two are definitely it. I don't know why this won't go in focus. Probably because I have a bunch of junk in the background. Yep, I think those two right here. This is your best, just a slight edge over this, but this is probably the one I'm going to be getting after this can runs out. And again, I'm not sponsored by any of these guys. I bought all this myself. I just wanted to test it out. So, yeah, guys, if you're looking for the best chrome, hassle-free, like I said, don't worry about the debris on there. That's just my prep work. I wasn't really paying attention and cared because I was just a test piece. But, yeah, that's it. And this. That's it. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and this might give you a little clue on what I'm printing next. So, stay tuned. Until next time, take care.